Hi everybody, Lance here. Not talking politics this week, we are talking dinner tonight. Now folks, I was asked to do a cooking video and I will do that for you today. Today we're making shake and bake chicken with rice and a chicken fiend rib. Now ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you here in a few moments how to make a dinner for on a budget. So let's get started. You know, folks, you're probably wondering what I got here on the counter. Now, what I did was, and I moved this out the way for a moment, here's what we're going to use today. Now, obviously, you need the chicken. So what I did was, I got chicken thighs. Now, as you can see, if this thing ever comes into focus, that is the price there, $6.91. Now, it's up to you what kind of chicken you want to use or where you want to go. Now, I went to here in Akron from Save-A-Lot. Now, a lot of people like legs, thighs, breast. I'm not going to get into that. But we'll use that as my starting point. After all, now as you go back, here's what I did. Now, the side is rice. And here's what I did. I went to a boiling bag versus me doing a straight up cooking rice on a stove. And I did that for simplicity. And hopefully I'll do another video in the future about that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, also, as you see here right in front of the chicken, the base I'm using is cream of chicken soup. Now, I'll get into that here later on in the video and what I'm going to do as far as that. Now, as far as seasoning, I usually go with hot sauce, salt, pepper, that's totally up to you. And we also have the shake and bake chicken. Now, shake and bake mix, excuse me. Now you see here, what I tried here, this is wholly up to you with how you want to make it. Now you can make it yourself also. There's plenty of videos out there to show you how to do that. Now, as far as a veggie, I decided to go with sweet peas. Now, unfortunately, Save-A-Lot in town don't carry snow peas, and that's what I was looking for. But we'll add that to the meal also. Now, note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you this here. This is the actual receipt from said Save-A-Lot. Now, you can see here, if I get it to focus, now if you don't count the bags I had to buy, this total meal will cost you $12.82. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you figure that you're trying to feed a family of 4 or even yourself on a budget, this is the way to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you here in a moment how to prepare the chicken. Well, folks, we're getting started here. Now, it's always good to preheat your oven. Now, per the instructions, says preheat to 400 degrees, and I want to show you that there. Now, the pan the pan I'm going to use is your standard pan. Now, what I do is I use aluminum foil. Here's the reason why. Chicken sticks when it bakes. And a lot of people don't know that, but it does. So what I did is also I have some nifty olive oil spray that I've had for a while, which I did not purchase on this particular video, but I had it, but you're talking about $2.29 or so. And what you're going to do is obviously coat it because it's non-stick. Now, you'll have that done right there. Now, also, I want to come over to the sink. Now, I want to make a clarification on this. And a lot of people don't do that, and that is washing the chicken. Now, as you see, I'm doing it now. A lot of people don't do this. And from a sanitary standpoint, you have to. So that's your PSA. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to box and pliers that is shake and bake. I'm going to put this in a bag, set everything up, and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I already shook the chicken in the bag already up. Now I already have it in the pan. Now I want to show you this. Now these are the two leftover all the mix. Now the reason why I do that is simple. Now the instruction says discard whatever's left. Now you're supposed to do that per the instructions, but I don't do that. What I do is, it's kind of hard to show you because I'm one person here right now. I spread the leftovers over the chicken because any of that can help. Now some people do this, some people don't. It's totally up to you. What I'm going to do is, I got this, as you can see that. Now, since I have 2 bags, I will go ahead and use pretty much all of it, if I can ever get it out of the bag. Sorry for the bad camera, folks. We have that there. Just a tip, just in case you don't think you have enough mix or anything. And what we're going to do is here, because I have my oven already preheated, I'm going to open the door and I'm going to slide this in. Now, cook time, instructions say 45 minutes. Now, it's totally up to you how long you want to cook. It's about personal preference. Right now, it's the top of the hour. So, in about 25 minutes or so, I'll check it, and I'll show you what I do after that. All right, we're back. We're about 15 minutes into cooking tonight's dinner. And I want to let you know, and I want to give you a quickie look at what's going on with the chicken itself. Now, as you can see, there's really not a lot of action yet with the chicken, but within the first 10 minutes, if you've never cooked this before, you already smell it throughout the house. And that's a good thing. That means that the chicken was totally thawed out and is cooking at a good pace, which I want. In about 10-15 minutes or so, I'm going to check back and show you what I did. All right, everybody, we're about 25 minutes into cooking. Now I'm going to do something that I do that some people won't do, and that's check the chicken. And there's a reason why I do this. Chicken pretty much cooks the same way that eggs does, very inconsistently or a lower temperature, which a lot of people don't know. Now I check it here, and it's kind of hard for me to show because I got the camera in one hand and the knife in the other. But I can kind of see just by doing the eyeball test that these pieces are not cooked yet. I see a lot of pink. You know, you really can't tell because I'm just randomly cutting into pieces to look. So I figure, okay, about right on pace, about an hour or so. So what I'll do is I'll come back when I know it's done or close to being done, and we'll start the sides, and I'm joining it in. All right, I'm back. Like you know, the chicken is done. I'm going to show you here what I did. I backed it down to 250 degrees, and here's the reason why. Number one, I know I had to cook sides, and also I believe backing it down, then turning it back up, sears in the juices. Now I wanted to show you this here. I have boiling water, and here's the reason why. I'll make the first side, and that is the rice. Now, I'll make a disclaimer right now. I could spend the entire show on nothing but rice. But I decided to go boiling bag, and the reason why is rice, to cook properly, is very time consuming. Now, according to the instructions on the box, as you can see here, it says cook for 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the bags here and throw them in and cook them for said 10 minutes. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to see how this comes out. Now, I have the peas also, and we're going to start that here momentarily, and that'll be off camera, and I'll show you how to make the roux. All right, folks, we're talking roux time. Now, as mentioned earlier, I'm using cream of chicken soup for the roux, and it's very straightforward. Now, I will admit that it's up to you what you want to do as far as if you want to use water, if you want to use milk. And I'm using water because I'm not the biggest milk fan in the world. And it's pretty straightforward. Throw it in a jar. Throw it in a jar, excuse me. Throw it in the can. And what you're going to do is obvious. Walk it over to the stove. Make sure you're set so to start, which it is not. Try starting the right one, that would help. There we go. And the roux usually takes about 10-15 minutes. So we'll monitor this. And obviously the peas, is straightforward. Drain out the old water, put new water in, drain, and throw it in a pot and cook them. And after that, I will show you the very end, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, we're talking roux time. Now, as mentioned earlier, I'm using cream of chicken soup for the roux, and it's very straightforward. Now, I will admit that it's up to you what you want to do as far as if you want to use water, if you want to use milk. And I'm using water because I'm not the biggest milk fan in the world. And it's pretty straightforward. So throw it in a jar. Excuse me. Throw it in the can. And what you're going to do is obvious. Walk it over to the stove. Make sure you're set so to start, which it is not. Try to start on the right one, that would help. There we go. And the roux usually takes about 10-15 minutes. So we'll monitor this. And obviously the peas, is straightforward. Drain out the old water, put new water in, drain, and throw it in the pot and cook them. And after that, I will show you the very end, and we'll go from there. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I just wanted to show everyone what I'm doing right now. As you can see, the roux is actually done. I'm just having it on a low simmer for right now. The rice is already out, just sitting there, just chilling. Now the peas. Now I know a lot of people that don't like peas. I personally like peas. So you could sub it out with any vegetable you want to go with the rice. Now I want to show you this also. Earlier I was talking about turning it down and turning it back up. Now I'm turning it all the way to 325. Because I know the peas be about 10 minutes or so. So what I want to do is I'm going to get everything else done and have a nice presentation for you here in a few moments. Well, folks, we're here at the end. It's the finished product. Let you know that I already pulled a piece out and put it where I'm going to show you where I'm presented at. It's nice, it's juicy, it's crisp on the outside, tender on the inside. Now we look up on the stove. The roux is done. It's been done. Now what I did was I mixed the peas in with the rice. Now this is personal preference. You can do it however you want. Now I'm going to step over here to the bowl, and as you can see, I have a piece in there right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present it. I'm going to show you what I did, and I'll show you the finished product here in a moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the end, and what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the roux on. Now, what I got to do is I got to move some stuff around here real fast, so bear with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this on. Now, you can either pour it on, like some people like to, or you can dabble on like so here. Now, it's kind of hard because I have the camera in one hand and the spoon in the other hand. Me being right-handed, I got to have the camera in my right hand. As you can see, this is the final process. For the final process, excuse me. And you put as much or as little as you like, depending on the people you're feeding. Now, one final thing with this, I put this off to the side, seasoning. Now, everybody is different. Now, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I had a bottle of hot sauce. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to dabble some on, and obviously you can put as much or as little as you like on it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. This is actually cooking on a budget. From this particular instance, Save a Lot. And as I said, as you can see here, I spent $12.82. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you soon.